This matter is before the court on a petition for confirmation non-agreed to child support review order. I think I was recalling that the both children in this matter, one's under are still under the age of 18. One turns 18 this year, next year. So court will note that my understanding is, based on the information, that Mr. Hernandez is in future pay, so there's no back child support to be rendered into a judgment and repayment order. So he's up to date on all that. The only issue before the court is dealing with the updated child support amount going forward, based on the non-agreed to. So at this time, I ask the state to confirm that information and tell the court what you understand agreements and contests to be at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So essentially, we do want to confirm that non-agreed order as is, with one change. Your Honor, we did not realize, well, when I signed off on this, I did not realize that Miss Nino did get non-disclosure way back in 2009. There was a non-disclosure finding for her. It was a back when it was in Wilson County. And so, Your Honor, state would like to have that continued in this one. Other than that, state does understand that Mr. Hernandez does want the current child support to not be what we are proposing it to be. We are proposing it to be $870 per month beginning February 1st, 2026. At the last time, it was at $215 per month. That began July 1st, 2009. So it was that order. Essentially modifying that order. Say understand that he was also, in his answer affidavit, had also mentioned about the arrears should be calculated. But as you said yourself, our proposed order does find and confirm that he has paid ahead in the amount of $1,256.99 as of November 3rd, 2025. So no arrears. And if needed, the state can offer a new financial report, which will show he's still not in any arrears. So I think the main issue, as you said, is the current support. Health and dental insurance are through Miss Nino. Miss Nino will doing it through another source. Health cost her $201 per month, but she's not wanting any reimbursement. So zero cash medical. Dental costs zero as well. So zero dental reimbursement as well. The order did court costs as billed on or before February 1st, 2027. And I think, Your Honor, state understands that Mr. Hernandez's main reason he doesn't want it to be at that amount is not really that the state miscalculated it, and more that he feels there should be a deviation based off of, I think that he says the child lived with him for a certain amount of time, and maybe some other reasons he can probably get into. So I think that's it.
All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and let the state call you both as witnesses. We'll go ahead and see what the circumstances are. Right now, the order is claiming that both children live with Ms. Nino, and so anything that happened going in the past, and since there's no back funding requested, the only thing that the court can go with is what's everything going forward, starting the first day of February 2026. So, but I'll go ahead and get information from each of you to see why if you're in agreement, and if you're not in agreement, why you're not in agreement. But as I said in my opening statement, folks, the math is always the math. And to ask the court to do something, then the family code, which is the requirements that the legislature has put on everybody in the state of Texas as far as child support is concerned, I'm going to need a legal reason to do something different. And I'll ask you to give me that reason for deviating from the guideline amount as set forth by the Texas Family Code. But anyway, you know that this is an older case. Looks like it hasn't been modified in forever. So again, that's probably going to have some bearing on what the court's going to do here also. But this time, I'm going to ask both of you to go ahead and raise your right hands. At this time, do both of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Hernandez. Okay, Mr. Hernandez did say yes. You're both officially under oath, and you're both unmuted, and I'll allow the state to proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I've turned off my video just to, so the Zoom cut out on me again, so I figured this will help. I don't understand, but state calls Ignacio Hernandez. What is your full name?
Ignacio Hernandez Jr.
All right. So, do you understand what we're talking about? The non-agreed order that you are contesting.
Yes.
So what is your main issue with that order?
So I, like I said in my in my letter, I had my son Nikolai Hernandez. He was living with me from December of 2022 to December of 2024. He lived with me for 2 years. I didn't report it. It was an agreement that Liliana and I had come to. The whole time, pay child support. She was still receiving it. I did ask her if she can send it to him. That was between her and my son. And for the record, he is now 18, and Ignacio is 17. But he lived with me for those 2 years. And, again, we have basically, I want to say 6-7 months left, if that, before they're both over the age of 18. So, I mean, it's just like we haven't had a review since 2009.
Sir, what do you want the court to change in that proposed order? What do you want the court to change from what the state wants?
I mean, I'm asking for it to stay the same, or I put up a fight because the fact that like I said, he lived with me for those 2 years.
Okay, here's the deal, sir. Again, that's something that's in the past. Again, I'm only looking at child support going forward, not going in the past. 2 years ago, if you came in and asked me to order child support for mom, I'll probably look at doing that. But right now, that's not appropriate before the court. And I'll let the state confirm whether or not both these children have graduated from. I'm sorry, what their schooling status is at this point. Also, because that comes into effect is to the age of 18 and graduate from high school. So again. And if the one that's 18 graduates this year, then obviously he gets kicked out of the mix, and and if the 17-year-old, when he turns 18 or she turns 18, is out of high school, then it stops at that point altogether. But again, I'll need the state to ask you both questions along those lines. But until then, the fact that you had the child 2 year for a couple of years over a year ago is not does not give you any type of credit going forward for current child support.
Okay. Not only that, I had a baby recently. My child is now a year and a half now, and recently just been married.
Your Honor, I'll go through and we've gave him credit for 3 children outside of this case. So I'll go. So Mr. Hernandez, first of all, let's talk about the school. As Judge said, there are 2 children in this case, Nikolai and Ignacio. Is Nikolai still in high school, or is he graduated?
No, sir, he's still in high school. They both graduate this year.
All right. So then, and Ignacio also graduates this year then?
Yes, sir.
So now, how many biological or adopted children besides Nikolai and Ignacio do you have?
And that live with me is one that I pay child support for the other 2. So there's 3 outside of Nikolai and Ignacio.
All right then. Now, besides the current child support, do you have any other issues with this order?
Not at the moment, no, sir.
All right. And are you okay with the court? So I guess first of all, sir, strike that, Your Honor. Do you know what non-disclosure is?
No, if you don't mind defining that for me.
Your Honor, may I define
Okay,
it to make
go
this
right
easier?
ahead.
So Mr. Hernandez, non-disclosure is when the court orders that certain information for one or both of the parties is redacted from the order. Things like phone number, address, um, things like that. In this case, way back in 2009 in your original order, the court in Wilson County gave Ms. Nino non-disclosure of her information. And so are you okay with the court continuing that as well for this order since the court had already granted to her back then?
I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. I have contact with my boys. It's all I need.
All right. Do you have anything else briefly you want to say?
Um, Not really, no, sir.
Pass a witness.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, I'll be back in just a moment. Call the next witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Liliana Nino. What is your full name?
Liliana Nino Perez.
So what are the full names of the children in this case?
Ignacio Hernandez III and Nikolai Aiden Hernandez.
And when was Ignacio III born?
8/22/08.
So how old is Ignacio III?
17.
And when was Nikolai born?
June 28, 2007.
So how old is Nikolai?
18.
All right. And so do you understand what order we're talking about, what non-agree order that you signed that we're talking about here?
Yes.
And are you okay with the court continuing that non-disclosure finding for you that the Wilson County Court did way back in 2009?
Yes.
Do you have anything else? Oh, actually, so did Mr. Hernandez have the children, or at least one of them from December 2022 to sometime in 2024?
Yes, he did have one.
And is what he said accurate about that they're both still in high school?
Yes.
Do you have anything else you would like to tell the court?
Nope.
Pass a witness.
And ma'am, right now, currently, both children are still with you, correct?
Yes.
Sorry, both children and one adult, one child and one adult, so they're both still, both residing with you, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about the witness, Mr. Welch?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else you want to tell me at this point, Ms. Nino?
Nope. That's it.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, here's the deal, sir. Under Texas law, you're obligated to pay child support until the children turn 18 and graduate from high school. Under this current circumstances, I'm looking to have the order the child support based on two of the mom having two children that are eligible for child support, and the child support on the oldest one stops the last day of the month after the child graduates from high school, which means the older child the child support modification will go through. I'm not sure what the graduation date for the high school is this year. It's either going to be the last part of May or the first part of June, but whatever, it's the last day of the month after graduation. There's no child support due on the older child after that. And then my understanding is the younger child will also graduate this year, but doesn't turn 18 until August. Is it August or July?
August.
August. So child support is due through the child support would end after child support that's paid in full on the new amount is paid in full on the last day of August. So what I'm saying is the full child support amount for both kids are due through graduation, the end of the graduation month, and then on the younger child is due all the way until the last day, through the last day of August, which means no child support is due, period, starting the first day of September. So based on that highly different thing, the court, that's what the court is looking at order, because that's what the guidelines The state of Texas say you need to be paid at this point, giving you credit for all children that you still have, sir, under the age of 18. And that's what the court is so granting at this point. I'll go ahead and waive court costs on this matter. It's such an old case. I will keep non-disclosure because it's already in there and there was no request to remove it. So the court will go ahead and keep that in there and grant the request and grant the order as is for that's before the court on the motion in order based on the not agreed to child support review order. So at this point, Mr. Welch, is there anything specifically I need to order for your purposes? And then I'll go back to both parties. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So just to make sure I understand, you're basically granting the proposed order as is, except for you're adding the non-disclosure as everyone agrees to, and you're waiving Mr. Hernandez's court costs.
Yes.
I think I understand, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. I'll start with you, Mr. Hernandez. Questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Nino, questions?
No.
But I do have one. I apologize.
Okay, what's your question there, Mr. Hernandez?
On the so after my Nikolai graduates high school.
Okay, real quick, man. When's the graduation this year? You know?
The end of May sometime. I'm not exactly sure. I pinpoint on the graduation date.
Okay,
But
I know sometimes it's the last week of May, the first week of June. So, sir, yes, sir. What's your question there, Mr. Hernandez?
So then it gets like I
It
guess
automatically changes to the lower amount, sir. That's in that order.
I'll have that order, right?
Yeah, it's in the order, sir. There's two different amounts. The full amount, and then when it goes down to only one child before the court. And again, that will obviously be June, July, and August. And then after that, it goes away.
Okay, no problem.
All right. All right, thank you both very much. And we're off the record, and good luck, and tell both those young men to have a great graduation and hopefully a really, really productive and great life. I wouldn't want to start all over again, but I'm not happy with being old either. So what are you going to do? So, yeah. Anyway, thank y'all both very much, and we're off the record.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, thank you.
So I'm gonna move you two into breakout rooms. Miss Nino, you're gonna need to submit, or one of you two needs to submit high school graduation letters for each of the children, so that we know, because we don't know automatically. So
I can do that. That's fine. I can go to the high school and grab those.
and then Mr. Hernandez, so your child support, like I said, it will be 870 now, and then when one of the children emancipates, it will go up to 920, presumably because one of your other children will have turned 18 by that point, and that's why it's higher.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
So one of your other three children is probably going to turn 18 in between now and later. Is that right?
No, sir. No. All my the only one that is 18 is Nikolai, and Ignacio will be he will be 18 this year. The other three children I have are 15, 14, and 1.
Well, I'm not sure, Your Honor, then. I'll need to look at the calculations again.
All right, double check the have them give you the names and date of birth of the children and confirm that with other court orders you need to, and confirm that he at the end of all this he'll still have two in, 3 out, 1 in, 3 out, and make the order appropriately. If the order is anticipating after the graduation that it's 1 in and 2 out, then yeah, you need to confirm that.
Yes, Your Honor. So I'll just keep you all in here then while I work that out. Regarding the Mr. Hernandez's case, the calculations for current child support.
You figure out the correct number of children?
Yes, Your Honor. So it appears that, and I apologize for this, Your Honor. We did not calculate the current child support initial amount or the after correctly. We had the correct gross monthly income, and we had the correct percentage on the order that would be used, but I'm thinking there was some kind of order generation issue. I have the correct numbers, and Mr. Hernandez did give me his other children's date of birth. So current child support should be initially
Are both
1,000.
parties still present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's get that back on the record. Thank you. The court will note for the record that Mr. Hernandez is back and Ms. Nino is back, and the state has some corrected numbers as far as child support is concerned, based on there being 3 children. I think there's still Mr. Hernandez's information that there are 3 children that still will be under the age of 18 after his youngest child emancipates this coming August, and the new amounts for child support based on that information and any other corrections the state has. And I'll let the state tell the court that information and have that information confirmed that the parties are aware of it at this time. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. So as I said earlier, Your Honor, our proposed order correctly, incorrectly calculated current child support initial amount and the amount after one of the children emancipates. We had the correct gross monthly income, which is $6,821.55. And we do have the correct net resources after any deductions for taxes and things like that. And that is $5,511.54. And we put the correct percentage, guideline percentage, 19%, because as Mr. Hernandez testified, he has 3 children outside of this case, 2 children in, and the state understands that the 3 children, they were born in 2024, 2010, and 2011, so none of them are going to be turning 18 anytime before either of these children. So, Your Honor, current child support should start at 1,047. And then once one of the children emancipates, presumably that will be Nikolai, when Nikolai graduates, probably in May or June of this year. That amount will then go down to 813.
All right, so I'm looking at amounts of 1,000 and 1,049, and then down to 813. Is that correct?
1,047 and then
47,
813.
sorry. Okay, thank you. And then down to 813. All right, both parties are still under oath, and you can call them as witnesses to confirm the information, Mr. Welch. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. State calls Liliana Nino. So are you okay with that, those current child support amounts that I just mentioned?
Yes.
Right. You understand where they got the math from, ma'am?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you understand how they got that math at this time corrected?
If I can get a better understanding, just kind of dumb it down a little bit. So I'm sorry.
Right.
So, ma'am, essentially, in the proposed order we had the amounts were wrong. We calculated incorrectly, or we just had. I don't know how we calculated it there incorrectly. But essentially, ma'am, the current child support amount should start at 1,047 based off of there being 2 children in this case, 3 children outside, and then his net resources being at that 5,000 figure that I mentioned earlier. Basically that 5,000 figure multiplied by a percentage of 19%, and that's how you get 1,047.
Mm-hmm.
And then when one of the children emancipates, presumably Nikolai, then that amount will go down to 813. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, now I do. Yes, sir.
And just I think we may have already mentioned before, but When did the two children graduate from high school?
They'll graduate in May.
What year?
Sorry, I'm at work. 2026.
And do you understand that you need to send us, the state, proof like a graduation letter or a school letter that shows when those two will graduate?
Yes.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, be back in just a moment. Call your next witness, please.
State calls Ignacio Hernandez, or recalls. So, Mr. Hernandez, do you understand that we incorrectly calculated current child support that was in that proposed order, and that we are now looking at new figures starting 1,047 and then going down to 813? You're muted, sir.
Correct.
And so just to make sure, what are the birth dates of your three other children that you talked about earlier in your testimony?
So you have my daughter who's 7/20/2020, 7/20/24, and November 19th, 2010, and November 13th, 2011.
Pass the witness.
All right, folks, I got the new amounts plugged in. Those are the amounts I'm ordering. Obviously, the $1,000 amount will go all the way through the end of May, of this year, and the $800 amount will go through the end of August this year. And at that time, both of these kids will have turned 18 and will have graduated from high school. So, do you have any other questions at this time, Ms. Nino?
Nope.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right, thank you both very much. Sorry for any confusion, and I'll let the state prepare that order and send it down for y'all to review, and I'll sign off on it once I get it. Do you want the parties back and break out to look at the order, Mr. Welch, or they're free to go?
No, Your Honor, they're free to go. I've got the order mostly drafted. I'll need to make a few changes, but I'll let them go.
All
So.
right. All right, you're both free to go, and we're off the record. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Thank you.
Honor. And just to, I think we got your email correct, Ms. Nino, so you're free to go. Mr. Hernandez,
thank you.
did we ever confirm your email? You don't say it here.
It should be there. It's
All right,
Don't
we'll
say
go
it
to a
online,
breakout
sir.
room and handle
I
it.
got you. I got you.
Because we're on YouTube, sir. So
I got you. I got
don't
you.
want to say it here.
Okay.
And
Want me to go to
then
the breakout room?
I'll if you can go yourself, you can try to, or otherwise I'll move you.